none of the farmers in the area would have any interest in talking with us unless Charlie was involved. So I came out. Winnie, his sister, had told us that he's down in the tractor. You'll have to go find him. So I went down there. I believe I was in my three-piece suit, but he took my jacket off, and I was in my vest and rolled up my sleeves and went down. And Charlie's up in the big tractor. We're looking to option some land for my company. I was telling him all I could without disclosing what I wasn't allowed to tell him. So he regarded that conversation fairly well and very positively. And he had an old dog there, and she kept nudging me in the legs. She wanted to bring a cow chip up. She wanted me to play fetch. And then I found a stick, and so we're almost finished talking too, and I threw that as far as I could because I figured that dog will be gone and won't be bothering me now for a little bit. And Charlie looked down and he said, "You got to be careful of that old dog. She's about as old as I am. She's going to break something or something." But I got that stick out there a long ways, and the dog was just a hightailing it down there after it. And when it got close, it went head over heels. And I thought, oh boy. And then the dog got up and picked up the stick and then started limping. And I thought, oh man, it broke something. That almost killed it right there. We were starting to talk about what might interest him. And he told me about the birds. Alan Hodges had a feed store for a year, and he had sold a couple of tons of bird seed to Charlie. He knew Charlie well. I hadn't gotten prior permission from my company to offer what I did, but I knew enough about my company and its management. I knew they'd stand behind whatever I agreed to. So I made the offer that we would look after his birds long after he's gone for as long as he wanted. Well, in that case, he didn't want to stand in the way of progress. It would fulfill some of the concerns he had about how things were not doing so well and was kind of going downhill because he was getting old and because he knew he had nobody he could pass it on to. So he said he would agree. When we came back that next day or the 2 days later, Charlie says, well, he says, yeah, I don't know. Winnie, she's got her name on 2 of these quarter sessions. I don't know if she's going to be very interested in that. Oh boy, I didn't know that, see. So we went on into the house, and Winnie made us some coffee and some excellent cookies. I heard her say that she'd have a hard time putting her name down. She didn't say she wouldn't. So that I asked Alan to go back the next day. He got out there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he was there until noon. And I think the point that he was making to them, because of his dealings with everything he and I had done together and his fellow salesmen, that he knew that I was serious in everything that I said and meant it and was honest. And he convinced them of that. And so by noon he says, well, he says, they're in agreement now. And he said, don't you go using us to get these other farmers. But we had already talked to them before, and they said, we won't do anything with Charlie involved. So we then went back to all of them and got them all to agree. And that's how we ended up with the Prentice site. And I don't think there's any other industry and nature tied together anywhere in the world like this one. Can you imagine all of the people that have enjoyed this and all the children that have come here? Nature's got to mean something to them that it doesn't to the unfortunate other young people that don't get a chance to see something like this.